Okay, we start with an electric skillet. We're going to use this, and we begin by putting about 2 teaspoons of olive oil, or a little less. And in that, we're going to set the skillet to 300. Now, it depends on your skillet, but if you're cooking on top of the stove, you'd want to use a medium heat to a little bit, on the medium-high side. And with the skillet, with an electric skillet, somewhere between 250 and 300, depending on your skillet and how well it cooks, okay? Now, I'm going to put in our peppers, and I have half an orange pepper, a handful of slices of red, and a whole green pepper, all sliced up. And we're going to mix that up so that it's coated with the olive oil while it's heating up. Okay? Now put in your onions and do the same thing. You can hear it? Now, if it seems to be getting too hot, you can lower it. If it seems like it's not hot enough, you can raise the temperature, but within it may be a 25-degree difference, okay? And I'm going to add some salt. I'm using pink Himalayan salt. Just a couple of twists there. Right, now place your cover on. Let that steam for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to add our mushrooms. Okay, while we're waiting for those, I'm going to take about 7 or 8 ounces of chicken breast strips. Okay, I'm going to put some salt, garlic powder, and I've tried fajita seasoning, but I happen to like the Cajun better, so it's up to you. But put about, I would say, 2 teaspoons or 1.5 teaspoons, and then just drizzle a bit of maybe 1 teaspoon of olive oil on top of that and mix it up. Okay, so that you get all your seasoning mixed into this. And you might, I guess I need more. And you need more Cajun seasoning, so I'm going to add more. So I guess you need about 2 to 3 teaspoons. I'm going to add 1 more little thing of salt. Okay? Now I hear my peppers going. Let's check on them and see how they're doing. Okay. They're doing very well and they smell fantastic. I'm going to add in my mushrooms. Close the lid. Now I'm going to bring that heat down about 375. So they're not cooking, they're cooking a little too fast for me. Okay? And basically we're just going to wait for those to be ready for us to put in the chicken. Let me wash my hands. I want some steam to get into the peppers and the mushrooms and onions. Okay, now let's see how they're doing. This is nice. These are looking beautiful. Okay. Now when I put the chicken in, it'll add a little more, water. The chicken will release some water when it goes in. So I want these to kind of be, crusted on each side, like kind of sealed by the oil and the heat before I put the chicken in. Okay. So we'll give it another few minutes. So we're basically only using 2 teaspoons of olive oil. And, you don't need any more. People put way too much oil, and we're trying to reduce our calories here. Now this meal is for 2. Gentlemen, you can eat the whole thing. But you can make 2 fajitas, all right? It's only about 700 calories for the whole thing. Because we've cut down on the oil, we have 7 to 8 ounces of chicken. So yeah, it's about maybe 750 calories, including cheese. We're going to add some cheese, but very little. You'll get the same flavor, but you won't be using much cheese. And that's the thing. To get the flavor of cheese, you do not need to add a ton of cheese. It's bad for your cholesterol, and it's high in calories. So just use a touch, and you get the same flavor, and it's delicious. Okay, so now see how they have like a little browning on them? They're still nice and crisp. So they're not cooked yet. The onions are sweating meat. Mushrooms are starting to do their thing also, and I'm ready to put in my chicken. Okay, so I'm going to push everything over to the side. I'm going to put in my chicken. And the chicken has some oil on it, so that's all the oil you need. Okay, just make sure you lay them out so they can evenly cook. You have to try this. It's so fast and it's so good. I eat this at least once a week. There's several things I cook that I love to eat once a week. Okay, I cover it again so that the inside of the chicken will stay nice and moist. And I also like one of these small little tongs, so when I want to flip something over, I can easily do it with the rubber tips so it doesn't ruin the surface of the skillet. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to get my cheese while that's cooking. And my tortillas. We're going to use Mission tortillas. They're carb balanced. Mission has come out with several types of tortillas, and I really love that they've done that. You want a whole wheat tortilla. These are delicious. They're only 70 calories each, and they have 54% fiber, no sugar, 5 grams of protein. They're really fabulous. They taste great, so I highly recommend you try them. But go check them out. They have several kinds. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Keep these vegetables turning. Chicken's almost ready to be flipped. You see? The chicken will get a little bit of white around the edges when when that one side is cooked. You see how it's starting to get white? Okay, but it's not quite ready yet. You want it a little more, and then we'll flip it. And when you push your vegetables to the side, it slows down the cooking, just like in a wok. Okay, so that's what I do while I'm cooking the chicken. Okay, I'm getting my cheese. Okay, now you can use just, like this is a Mexican mix, and it has shredded cheddar, Monterey Jack, and two others that I can't pronounce. And this is mozzarella. Now the mozzarella will give it this really nice, pull. And it's also a healthier cheese, so I like to use a little, mozzarella and just a touch of whatever other cheese I like. It's just healthier for you. So, something to keep in mind. Alright, now, these chicken strips are ready to be turned. Look how beautiful. Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay. They should have a little browning on one side, on the side that's down. Here, I'm going to flip this one over for a few more minutes. And we'll just keep the vegetables on the side for now, till we're finished with the chicken. And you get a plate because we're almost ready. I'm going to use this little it's plastic. I picked them up at Target. They have different colors, and this one's black, obviously. And they're plastic, and they're only 75 cents each. So you pick up a couple, just so that in the summertime you want to eat outside or whatever. Okay. If they drop, they don't break. See? Well, that wasn't that. It dropped. My tongs dropped. Let me rinse them out. Okay. Now, let's see, there's that piece that I want to turn. Oh, I'm going to put the heat up now. That's what it is. Has to go up to 300 again. Give it a little higher heat. Yeah, 300 is just about perfect when you're doing fajitas. See how nice? It's still crisp. We need more cooking time on the chicken, so let's keep it going. Now I'm only going to do one fajita to show you, because I don't have company, and I only want to eat one for myself. Now, I'm sorry my videos aren't top quality. I don't have a camera person, and I'm just learning to work with different elements. So, but the food, I guarantee you, is delicious. Okay, I'm going to take this cover off now so I don't steam the vegetables too much. Okay, the reason why I like to steam the chicken is so that it cooks all the way through and it maintains its moisture. So that's why I cover it. And now you'll see it'll kind of dry, but the chicken inside is nice and moist. And that's what you want. This is such a good meal. Okay, so see now some of the lower ones got a little singed, but they're not overdone, which is beautiful. Alright, now this is what you do. Let that chicken cook thoroughly, all the way through. And if you're in a real rush, you can make the chicken strips like into chunks or thinner strips and you'll be fine. Okay? Now, I did two things. Alright, first off, I'm going to start with the cheese. And I'm just going to take my portion. I'm going to keep the other half free and I'm going to use this for myself, okay? Put a little cheddar, just a little, few pieces, and then a little mozzarella, just a little, okay? Now we're going to cover it again. I'm going to take the tortilla, we're going to place it over the chicken and cover so we can warm it up and make it nice and soft and delicious. Okay, the tortilla is ready. Takes about 20 seconds, maybe 30. Now you take your pieces of chicken, as long as they're well done, you can put them on your tortilla. I hope you can see this. Oh yeah, these are beautiful. You lay them out. Okay. Cover. Get that cheese melting a bit. And I like chipotle sauce, but you can use the habanero sauce. I just happen to like the chipotle. It's really good. And they're done. So you shut off your skillet. Cheese is melted into your vegetables. Pile your vegetables. See, the cheese, that mozzarella really does a great job. Mushrooms, onions, peppers. Perfect texture. Cheese. Let me get something else here. I have a video on cutting peppers and I will be putting together a video on mushrooms and onions because, we all use them quite a bit. Make sure you get all the cheese out so that it doesn't burn. Okay. You can cover it. Well, I'm going to keep the cover off for a minute and then I'll cover it back up. Toss it together. The beauty of a skillet is it reduces its heat really quickly. So this is for a second fajita, see? This is really big. I think I took a little bit more than my share on this one, but they're both for me anyway. But that one I'll have tomorrow. Okay, so just shake up your chipotle. And I like to pour just a little on top. It's very good. Now, you can fold this up and you can eat it like this. It's really big. Or you can flatten it around. I hope you can see this. You can flatten it around. And this is what I like to do actually, when I'm at home alone at least. Rip a piece, grab some vegetables, chicken, and make bite-sized pieces. You can eat it that way, like a flatbread. It's great. So give it a try. Let me know how you love it. I'll talk to you soon. And there you have it.